Okay, so we're going to look at how to add fractions together in the Year 6 curriculum. What I'd like to do is call these bronze, silver and gold due to the standard of what you have to do regarding the denominators. So with bronze, we know it's bronze because we've already got two common denominators. In this case, they're already fifths. To solve this, all we have to do is add the two numerators together. So 4 plus 3 is 7. So 4 fifths plus 3 fifths gives us 7 fifths. You could go on to turn that into a mixed number fraction by saying how many 5s are there in 7? 1, remainder 2. So 7 fifths is the same as 1 and 2 fifths, but it isn't needed. You can express this as an improper fraction. Silver is where we've already got a fraction with a denominator that is a multiple of the other fraction. E.g. this, we only need to change one of the fractions into the common denominator, in this case of 12ths. So we can keep 1/12 the same, and we want to turn the 3/4 into its equivalent of 12ths. So the equivalent fraction of 3/4, 4 times 3 is 12, so 3 times 3 is 9. So 3/4 is the same as 9/12. Once we're there, we're back to the bronze standard because we're adding two fractions with a common denominator. 1/12 plus 9/12 equals 10/12. And because this is a proper fraction, we don't need to change it into a mixed number. The numerator is smaller than the denominator. Okay, gold standard is where both fractions are going to need the same common denominator, but one isn't a factor of the other. One doesn't go into the other. So we're going to need to change both these. The quickest and easiest way for the class to do this is by multiplying these two together. So we can see that 9 times 10 is 90. And there's a nice little cross multiplication method we can do to work this out. We go across like this. 10 times 9 is 90. 10 times 1 is 10. So 1/9 is the same as 10 over 90. And we go the other way. 9 times 10 is 90. 9 times 1 is 9. So 1/10 is the same as 9 over 90. Now we've got the common denominators, we can go back to the bronze method of only adding the numerators together. So 10/90ths plus 9/90ths gives us 19 over 90. Now in each of these cases we can simplify. In this case I can't because 19 is a prime number. However, the 10/12ths, the children might want to go on and simplify that to 5/6. But again, that isn't a necessity. Yeah. Okay, we're going to go through that again with the second set of questions. So again, bronze standard, 3/4 plus 3/4. Because we've already got a common denominator, all we have to do is add the two numerators together. 3/4 plus 3/4 gives us 6/4. One could then change that into a mixed number fraction. How many 4s are in 6? 1, remainder 2. So that's the same as 1 and 2/4. And we could simplify that because we could halve 2 and halve the 4 to say that 1 and 2/4 is the same as 1 1/2. Expressing it as 6 over 4 would give is sufficient enough for the Year 6 curriculum unless it was asked to simplify. Silver again, we've got a 4 and a 2 as a denominator. So we can see that 2 goes into 4. So it's silver because we only need to change the half into its common denominator of 4. So we'll keep 1/4 the same. To get from 1/2, 2 times 2 is 4. So 1 times 2 is 2. So a half is the same as 2/4. Now we're back to silver because it's 1/4 plus 2/4. We have a common denominator, so we only add the numerators together to make it 3/4. With bronze, 3 doesn't go into 7, so we can cross multiply. Children will often be able to see that the common denominator is going to be a common multiple of these two, which is going to be 21. So we can work that out by 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 2 is 14. 2/3 is the same as 14 over 21. Go reverse. 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 1 is 3. Now we're back to bronze because we've got a common denominator. 14 plus 3 is 17 over 21. Now, if these could be both divided by the same factor, then I could simplify. But because 17 is a prime number and 21 is not a multiple of that prime number, 17 over 21 is the simplest I can express that fraction.